Hey guys, my name is OJ and I'm going to do a review on HashOcean. In the last week alone, I've had at least 50 messages a day from different people asking me to review HashOcean, to see if it's a scam, to see if it's safe to invest. So let's find out. So what exactly is HashOcean? I mean, on their website they claim to be a cloud mining service, and they have this really impressive intro, which I personally really like. It's showing you different processors and database and blockchains, and people kind of putting things together, hardware, software, everything. So yes, it looks genuine, it looks really impressive, it looks quite polished and almost like a serious investment website. Except it doesn't really look like an investment website, because the first thing we see on their website here is a massive statement saying how 500,000 users receive their profit every day. That's not exactly a statistic, that's a statement. Now we have a few statistics here, and it also claims that it's been in business more than 2 years, when in fact the website was registered in 2015 in January, so that's a year and 5 months, something like that. But I did find out that at some point the company changed, they kind of split into two or something like that. And this is when they started the HashOcean website. So it could be that they have been in business for a couple of years, but have been trading as HashOcean and on with this website only for the last year and a half. It's a possibility, but it's not a very safe one. Okay, let's have a look at the other statistics that they have. Now, I really don't like that sentence here, quick start for 60 seconds. That's not really good English, is it? Quick start in 60 seconds is what we should say. If they are American, they would know that. And we see that they have an American number here, and they claim to be based in California. And apparently the phone number is taking quite some time to answer. That's what I saw in one of the comments in one of the forums. And I did go to quite a few places. One of the forums that I checked is this one here. And a lot of people were discussing about it. A lot of people are actually using the website. And even those that are using it do not claim that it's genuine. A lot of the people are saying, yes, it might be a scam, but it's paying, so I'm fine. So even people who are using that website admit that it's possibly a scam. Now, you wouldn't really hear many people who are using a website admitting that it's a scam and admitting that it's a Ponzi or something like that. But there is absolutely no proof that this website is doing anything like mining. And also they have not provided an address or any place where their blockchains are being located or anything like that. So right now I think that this is a complete scam. It's a Ponzi scheme, pyramid type of scheme, where new money that is coming into the system is being used to be paying off the money for people who have invested some time ago. Now it takes quite a bit of time for you to get your seed money back, and this is because it is paying on a very low ratio. It's not paying very high per day, so it takes quite some time for you to recover your initial investment. Another thing that is not very safe is the fact that they give you a plan that is not limited in time. Basically, you can invest in power, and you can get, is it 15 gigahertz or something like that, 15 kilohertz, and then you have you start receiving earnings with no limit, literally for your lifetime, which has to tell you straight away that there will be a limit that will be put in place, and that will be when the company disappears. And your earnings are fixed. It's 4%, or what is it? I'm not sure. 2.5%, something like that. I think it's 2.5%. So yeah, I'm not really seeing it here, but let me find it. So yeah, these are the plans that they offer, and you're basically buying power, you're buying energy, and you can start from 20 kilohertz, and then you have, you know, different prices for, as you know, whatever you buy. So if you buy more, like here 700 kilohertz, it will be costing you 29 cents per unit, and then they go up and everything, and you get 2 to 3 months. Your repayment is estimated between 2 to 3 months. Well, what I saw from people in the forums, a lot of them were saying that they recover their seed money after 5 or 6 months. And to be honest, for a high yield investment program, HYIP, to be taking 5 or 6 months to repay you, that is way too long. And most of you will not see your money, because you will not, might not stay for another 6 months. Now what is happening is that this program was probably started a 1.5 years ago. I think that is pretty much what we're seeing on the ratings and the history and everything. So of course in the first few months it was not really popular. Many people did not know about it, and it was just gaining momentum, gaining popularity. So while it's gaining popularity and more people are joining, it's able to use a lot of the new funds to be repaying for other funds. Now this is what people who are using the program are saying as well. They're saying that there is no mining proof, and that we have to expect that HashOcean is just using bitcoins from purchases on payments from new people, new users, to be paying older users, like every Ponzi scheme. I'm kind of 99% certain that it is a Ponzi scheme. It's just a little bit difficult to prove it, because the website has been running for over a year, and that makes many people believe that it can't be a scam, because scams usually last for 4, 5, 6 months at the most, something like that. But there are some that last a bit longer. Like Venture Alliance, for instance, was almost around for a year, and when it became the most popular, when literally everybody I know joined it, then it disappeared. And the same thing is happening with HashOcean. Like right now I'm getting up to 50 messages a day from different people who are asking me about HashOcean, which means that it's extremely popular right now. So right now is reaching the peak. Right now is the time where it's getting that momentum is being built to the point where it's really peaking, it's reaching the peak, and we're going to go into the graph in a minute. But what I believe will happen from now on is that this is the moment where it's most popular. This is when it's getting the most users. From that point on, it will start declining. And when it starts getting less new users and having to pay old users, and not enough new money is coming into the system, this is when it's going to just stop. It's not going to fix things. It's not going to slow down like ref shares are doing. It's just going to disappear. So let's have a look at the graph and see if I have any right to claim that. And this is their Alexa ranking right now, and we see it's really good. It's actually going up. It's still gaining momentum. It's still building up, even though somewhere in January was the first peak of the program. Then it had a bit of a decline, and now we're experiencing a second peak. This time it might even be higher. I assume that this will go up, and it will probably surpass the peak that was reached in January. However, that doesn't mean that it's very safe, because once it reaches a second peak, and if that is a higher peak than the first, then this will basically mean that the capacity is being reached, and from that point on the decline will be and from that point on there will be a decline. So I'm not really certain that it's a very safe time to be starting in HashOcean right now. I think if you've already started 5 months ago or 6 months ago, then great. You are probably making money already and you've recovered your seed money and you're in profit. That's good. If you've started in the last 3 months, maybe you have another month or so that you need to recover your seed money, so then you will be risk-free and that's okay for you. I'm not sure if it's okay for someone who is going to be starting today at the end of May, when I think it's already reaching the peak, and from that point on it will be in decline. Once the business goes in decline, especially as a high yield investment program, there will be a sudden stop to it. There will be it will just go suddenly. So I'm not really certain that it's very safe to be starting right now. And now there are mixed reviews. I got mixed feedback when I was researching this, because at first I claimed that it's a scam straight away without too much research. So then, and I said that the website has not been around for 2 years or more, as they claim, because that's what my quick research provided. And then I was proven wrong, because someone it was a conversation on Facebook that I had, so someone messaged and said, well, I've been with them for over a year and almost 2 years, so they have been around for that long, and I have to take that into account. But someone is saying here on one of the forums that apparently 15 months ago, so that's a year and 3 months ago, they basically split the company, split into two divisions, and this is why we're seeing that this website is only a year and a half old rather than 2, which is fine. But one of the main things that everybody is pointing out, and that's from people who are in that industry, in mining industry, Bitcoin mining and cloud mining services, and from people who are just investors, both of them claim that nobody has seen any proof of mining activity of that website. Also, you can't really select coins to mine, so you're only investing in power. It doesn't give you enough options, and for a serious mining service it should. There are also mixed reviews on the scam monitor websites. For instance, this website, Digiconomist, has done a fraud risk assessment, and according to them, it's kind of a negative, very negative review. They have quite a lot of red flags and warning signs on different criteria. We can see that we have a high return and low risk, what the website is claiming, which is a red flag indeed. I agree with that. We have no public mining address. No public mining address has been provided by the company. They have an address of where they're based, and they claim to be based in San Francisco. However, they have not provided their their blockchain address. We haven't seen any proof of mining equipment either. That video that they start in the homepage, this is using just stock footage, and stock footage anyone can buy from all the different stock libraries, so it's not something that you can take as real proof. They say that they have good grammar on the website, even though I caught them in one slight mistake, which might not be a big deal, but I still managed to get that. And that's another proof that it's not a company-run website, because if you're a company, you have proofreaders and you have people who are in charge with your copy, with your text, and you make sure that there is not a single mistake on your website. That's what a company would do. What a person would do, like what I would do if I'm trying to do a website on my own, is I'm gonna source it out to someone, I'm gonna try to pay as little as I can, and I'm gonna get it with some mistakes. So it makes sense, doesn't it? There is missing information from their contacts, even though they have let me just see, what do they have? Well, they have an email and they have a phone number, but I am not seeing their address really. We don't really see their address, so that's a red flag as well. You can only call them or email them, and it's not like I really want to be going to their address or anything like that, but if it's a real registered company in San Francisco, as they claim, where is your address, guys? Why do we not see it? Okay, next. The guaranteed return, that's one of the big red flags. The fact that you have a fixed, even if it's varying very little, but it's more or less a fixed return on your investment. Bitcoin price is changing every minute, every hour, every minute is going up or down, especially right now. In the last 2 days, the price jumped by $50. It went down by 30, then it jumped by 50, even 60 yesterday. So right now it's quite a volatile market. You know, the rates are being quite unsteady. So how come you are able to have a guaranteed fixed percent that you are getting back? It doesn't make any sense. And here it explains that website very clearly. Our investments carry some degree of risk, so a guaranteed profit is a clear red flag. A valid question would be why an organization would try to sell such a scheme instead of using it to get rich themselves. Indeed, if you have the services and you're able to mine Bitcoin, why wouldn't you just mine all these Bitcoin and then sell them on the stock exchange? Why would you need people to come and invest in power and give them such a high return? How is that good business for you? How are you making money if you're paying people such a high return? It doesn't quite add up, and you have to think what makes sense. If something doesn't make perfect sense, then there's something fishy, there's something dodgy in it. So this is now one of the bad reviews. I can agree with it a lot, but we also have to take into account there is another website here, Scam Advisor, and that's quite a popular one. Now they're giving quite a good review, which is kind of going on the complete opposite of everything that I've just seen. They say that it's a high trust rating, but I must say that they're probably estimating this on the fact that people who are using the website are giving it a good rating, and they would because they're getting paid. Now, the program has been paying for over a year and a half, something like that. So it kind of makes sense that it should be getting good rating from the users. So the trust score is 75%, which is quite a high percentage for a high-yield investment program. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh yeah, these are the forums here, and pretty much, and these are forums that are being run by geeks. These are forums that are run by people who know about programming. They know a lot of things that I personally don't understand, and they give us here a lot. You can go to that website and just follow the thread. It's called Bitcoin Forum, and people would give you all kinds of things, and they catch all kinds of little things that I don't know about that this website is doing wrong. So this is why I'm prone to believe these guys more than I'm prone to believe Scam Advisor in this case, because that review here is based on the ratings by people who are using the website, and I need to know from the people who are not using the website, why are they not using it? Why did they decide to avoid it? What kind of red flags did they see? And this for me is a little bit more important than the people who are with the website, because these are people that probably didn't research it very much. That's a website that you can go to as well, DG Economist. That's one of the reviews that has quite a lot of different criteria covered. I like that. The Alexa rating is based on traffic, so of course it's good. The important thing is that it's ranking best in Russia, So that is one of the biggest red flags. We know that all of the programs that are popular in Russia and that have any kind of Russian involvement are always scams. And that I'm saying that from experience. I'm saying that from what I've seen over the past few years, and not just presumption. Okay. And now there's another website here that is doing analytics on HashOcean, and it's not a very good review at all. Now this website gives us a trust rating of 22%, which is very poor. It's completely the opposite of what we saw with Scam Advisor. And let's see what else they say. So they have a confidence value that it's a scam of 86%, and a 21% confidence value that is potentially illegal, and a little bit questionable status about how suspicious the website is. Not too bad, but it ranks, again, it says here 970 in Russia, and I would generally keep away from anything that has any Russian involvement in it, and by the look of it, HashOcean has Russian involvement in it, otherwise it would not be ranking so high in Russia. Ukraine is also the third popular country, another red flag. How do I know that this is not a genuine investment website and it's just another high-yield investment program? By the fact that I see who are the people who are investing in it. If that was a genuine cloud mining service, then we will be seeing a lot of people who deal with cryptocurrencies and who know about cryptocurrencies being involved in that and investing in there. But all I'm seeing are people who used Amazing 5, Venture Alliance, Nano 11, all of the other scams. These are the same people that are investing in HashOcean, which means that the target audience of that website are the same people who are already in other high-yield investment programs, not people who are in who know about cryptocurrencies, not people who are dealing with cryptocurrencies on a daily basis and have experience with cryptocurrencies, so they are able to judge whether this is a genuine cloud mining service. So that is very important. Who is investing in that website? It's people who know nothing about cloud mining services, people who like to invest in high-yield investment programs because they want to just put money into something and then do nothing about it and just get money back. These are the people that get scammed because they do not do enough research and do not realize that all of these passive earners websites that you can just put once you can invest and then you keep receiving back, these are just Ponzi's. You can't expect that a genuine service will be paying you endlessly and at a fixed rate and will not be affected by the markets, will not be affected by the price of Bitcoin that is so volatile and is changing all the time. It just does not make sense. And we're coming back to that simple fact that if something doesn't make sense, then it's not real, or you don't understand it at all. So this is when you start looking for answers from people who understand more than you, and that's what I do. That's why I go to the forums. That's why I asked people on Facebook, people that deal with cryptocurrencies, that know much more about cryptocurrencies than me. I'm not really dealing with cryptocurrencies, so I don't understand everything about them. But you need to ask people, go to forums, see what other people are talking about it, and don't just look at people who are using the program, because this is what happens. People who are using the program are giving you a good rating because they are getting paid, and they have been getting paid for a year and a half. But this is why it's dangerous to be getting in right now, because it's already been a year and a half. That website has been gaining momentum for quite a while, and we see that it's just now getting really to the peak. It might not have reached the peak, it's still going up. We don't see anything negative, so I can expect that for another month or 2 or maybe 3 it will still be paying, it will still be going okay. But you need to know exactly how long it's going to take you to get your seed money back, because if it's going to take you 6 months to get your seed money back, that is not a good sign. You might not have 6 months. If it's going to take you a month or two, maybe you can risk it, but risk it with a very small amount. I find this a very risky program, and I think it's going to be going down very soon. I'm not going to try and say when, because that's not something I know or I can predict, but I know that it will be soon. So if you're going to be investing in HashOcean right now and you're determined, go on and do it, but put a little bit of money. Don't put anything like $1,000 or $2,000. It's not worth the risk. By the way, I just found their address. So this is where they're registered, and this is where they claim to be. It's in San Francisco, California. The fact that it's registered, this address, doesn't necessarily mean that the company is not going to scam you. You know, that's just one of the things that we can check. One of the many things that we can check. They use staff images that are borrowed from other websites, and this is one of the websites where they have taken staff images from. Someone just pointed it out in one of the forums. This is one of the forums that is also giving, you know, a lot of reviews and stuff like that. And here we can see people who know a little bit more about HashOcean than me. They're saying that the owners are the same owners as HashProfit, who closed the site and stole everyone's balances. So that's already giving you some sort of history in scams. And the actual owner, the guy who has been quoted on the website as being the owner, is someone called Richard Maisano. And there's only one out of 5 profiles that has something to do with software engineering, and the guy is a software engineer at Squarespace. There's nothing about HashOcean on his LinkedIn profile, which means that this name has just been borrowed. It's not really the real person. Everyone is saying here scam alert. Literally everybody is saying that it's a scam, apart from one person here who is getting paid. But again, all of these websites, they pay for a certain time and then they stop. So the fact that they're currently paying does not mean that they are not going to stop anytime soon. They don't provide that much data on who.is, which is another website where we can track and trace registrations and stuff like that. We can see here that the register, the admin name, is just being left as you know, anonymous. It's just saying who is agent, doesn't really give you a name. The city is Kirkland, not San Francisco, and the address is a PO box. So these are the more important details here. These details, these registration details, are more important than the ones we see on the website, because this is when you are purchasing that website. These are the details that you are providing. So if there is any investigation going on and stuff like that, these are the details that will be taken into account, not the details on the website. And these are quite obscure, so not a very good sign at all. Okay, so just to wrap it up, I don't really want to make that any longer. It's already quite a long long video, and if you're still watching it to this point, thank you for your patience. What I'm saying is that it's highly possible that this will be another scam, and that it will end very soon, maybe in the next couple of months. So I don't think it's a very good time for you to be jumping in at this point. I think people who have joined in the last 3 or more months are okay. But if you're looking at an opportunity and this is something that you want to start, bear in mind you will probably not have 3 months from now on, and it will take you at least that much to be recovering your seed money. I think that the quickest you can recover your seed money is 2.5 or 3 months, and I just don't think you've got that time. So thank you for watching, and if you want, you can send me a message on Facebook. Don't really leave a comment below this video, especially for you guys who want to leave comments with your joining links, direct links. That never works. They get into the spam folder automatically. YouTube will filter them, so you're just wasting your time, and you're wasting my time to delete them after that. But if you want to leave a genuine comment, you can do that below, or you can message me on Facebook, and I can talk to you on Facebook. It's a bit more interactive, so I prefer conversation over Facebook. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in my next video.